Places are portals, sometimes to a distant past and sometimes to a specific memory. Places shape our experience of community, culture, and life. And place is an idea Priyanka Singh Maharjan explores in her art. In this episode, we talk about the inspiration and the process behind her art series, Somewhere I Come From. Priyanka is a Kathmandu-based visual artist and illustrator whose practice focuses on memory, personal history, and reinterpretation of the past with particular emphasis on women's experiences. She also works as a teaching artist at Shrestha. You can find the link to view the artworks we discuss in this episode in the description box. Thank you for tuning in to How Do You Create That? The podcast is supported by the Open Institute for Social Science. You can listen to us on Apple Podcasts, YouTube Music, follow us on Instagram and LinkedIn. We are also on Substack with curated writings from the podcast on creativity and the creative life. I'm your host, Alfa. Hi Priyanka, how are you? Welcome to the podcast.
Thank you for having me here.
कति भइसक्यो हामीले यो एपिसोड रेकर्ड गर्ने भन्दा I think it's been almost a year.
Yes, I think so.
के हुन्छ and the schedule's just
finally the stars aligned.
Yay! I'm so glad we have you here. You are talking about your work Somewhere I Come From.
So म चाहिँ Priyanka Singh Maharjan from Patan. And I was born and raised in this small town, Patanko. Old town भनौँ न त्यसलाई चाहिँ भन्ने टोलमा हुर्केको जन्मेको हुर्केको अनि मेरो ब्याकग्राउन्ड चाहिँ farmers background. My grandparents were farmers and my mom and dad are very familiar with the farming, agriculture and everything. अनि अहिलेसम्म पनि यो बस्ती चाहिँ पिलाछी भन्ने बस्ती चाहिँ इट्स स्टिल बिट ओल्ड टाउन नै जहाँ चाहिँ अहिलेसम्म पनि मैले सानो छँदादेखिको मान्छेहरू देख्न सकिन्छ sort of like in terms of outfits that they wear अनि the things that they do and at the same time कति धेरै कुराहरू चाहिँ चेन्जेसहरू भइसक्यो होइन there's like a rapid change this past few decades तर but still कति कुराहरू सेम पनि छ for example architecturesहरू पुरानो घरहरू अनि so as an artist चाहिँ मलाई एकदम इन्ट्रेस्टिङ लाग्ने किनभने यही ठाउँ त चेन्ज भइरहेछ but at least there's something that's still there something that's still permanent something that hasn't changed since I was a child. अर्को चाहिँ अब ड्रइङ गर्दाखेरि I always love drawing the architectures, buildings-हरू, spaces-हरू बनाउन अनि त्यो maybe त्यो एकदम स्टिल हुने भएर पनि हो कि I take time to do my drawing so maybe त्यो भएर पनि होला I have always been drawn towards drawing the architectures of still objects-हरू अनि then I started drawing the architectures but something always felt so I don't know, incomplete. So I started looking at the people as well. Like, कस्तो मान्छे बस्दो रहेछ यहाँ युजली मैले सानोमा कस्तो मान्छे देख्थेँ अहिले कस्तो देख्छु के चेन्जेसहरू आयो त्यो अनुसार पनि अगाडि बढ्दै गएँ अनि I started painting the people in watercolor.
So pen and ink, the background in pen and ink and people in watercolor.
Yes. पेन एन्ड इङ्क चाहिँ आर्किटेक्चरमा गर्नुको एउटा कारण चाहिँ so pen and ink is black and white, right? And black and white भन्ने बित्तिकै so whenever I think about these architectures, it just feels like it has passed through so many generations, so many times, so much time, and has witnessed so many things around. And it just feels so ancient to me in a good way. Like it's still there, it has witnessed so many generations. And so past भन्ने बित्तिकै त्यो black and white को कुराहरू आउने हैन अनि people are always changing, there are always new people. So the season of people changes and changes all the time. So मान्छेहरूलाई चाहिँ अलिकति lively बनाउनु मन थियो अनि because I really love looking at people in terms of like what they wear, what kind of collars they are wearing, what kind of positions they are in, what kind of like gestures that they have. So I've been noticing that. And they say, so I started looking at the women figure around my community. They're always doing something. And they're always like in action. Like even at the leisure time, they are still working on something. Batti katirako huncha, basera, and the collars that they were wearing, the patterns that they are wearing represent the community that I'm from. So I started drawing them on the collars to make my drawings a bit lively, a bit interesting.
So that's why people say colorful color
yeah, the people are mostly colorful.
Priyanka ko drawings ma chai मान्छेमा faces हुँदैन, right? Their buildings are very, very detailed in architecture, like sano, the woodwork ko pani details are dekhirahन्छ, but people don't have faces. And I'm like curious why people don't have faces in your drawing.
Yeah. So pen and ink, I chose this medium because you can go as much details as you can go in the pen and ink. That's what I feel. So
okay.
pen and ink or medium that's what I feel most comfortable in.
Can you explain a little bit, like detail
pen and ink I can easily work on the values and the work on the tones, values in terms of tonal values and perspective so it can be like really so मेरो लागि चाहिँ अलिकति easier medium चाहिँ हो pen and ink चाहिँ, because I've been doing this for such a long time and I've loved doing this for such a long time. So pen and ink चाहिँ मलाई त्यही भएर पनि choose गर्न मन लागेको for the architectures. Because that's what I'm most comfortable in. And for the मान्छेहरूको लागि चाहिँ, like I just mentioned that I don't draw faces. Yeah. It's not because I don't like drawing faces. It's mostly because just our architecture. I just don't want to take away anything from a drawing. For example, in any architecture like body priority पनि दिन मन छैन or मान्छेलाई body priority पनि दिन मन छैन, because they are coexisting at this point, right? अनि मान्छेको फेस बनाउने बित्तिकै मोस्टली चाहिँ फोकस नै हुन जान्छ, मान्छेमै फोकस हुन जान्छ हैन, एक्सप्रेसनमा फोकस हुन जान्छ अनि यो मान्छे को रहेछ त भन्ने खालको कुरामा फोकस हुन जान्छ हैन. तर त्यो मान्छेको फेस नबनाउने बित्तिकै नै you can relate this person to anybody that you are familiar with or you are with or it could be your mother, it could be your sister, it could be your grandmother, it could be you.
It could be anyone.
Yeah, that's why I don't like drawing faces.
Wow, that's deep. Our world पनि एकदम human centric भइरहेछ नि त. We only think about ourselves. The Anthropocene भन्छ अहिलेको timeline, the world we're living in, which is like very, very human centric. And but you just mentioned this beautiful line, coexist गरिरहेको. So we are always coexisting with so many things. And also face नबनाएपछि in some way you are representing a lot of people.
Yes.
Not just one specific person.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly.
Like, a lot of people at the same time through a single drawing. Wow. Beautiful.
Yeah. Thank you.
So you've picked a few drawings from Summer I Come From, the series. Shall we dive into it?
When I started working on the Summer I Come From series, I just was wandering around the area, wandering around the city, and just like trying to figure out like what do I want to draw? So what am I looking at? अनि त्यसपछि चाहिँ I just started noticing कति धेरै पार्टीहरू छ, पाटनमा कति धेरै पार्टीहरू छ, like हरेक टोलमा एउटा एउटा पार्टीहरू छ. अनि so we call it फल्चा हाम्रो भाषामा चाहिँ. अनि फल्चामा चाहिँ सधैँ people are hanging out as in कस्तो एउटा communal space चाहिँ build हुने रहेछ फल्चाहरूमा. अनि mostly चाहिँ I see women especially morning or evening time if you go around Patan तपाईँहरूले चाहिँ you can see falsama women talking to each other or working on something. Their hands are always busy doing something. And the action of doing something even at the leisure time spoke to me in ways because I grew up closely with my mother, the grandmothers, and with the women from my family, and they are always working. They're always doing something. So why don't I highlight this in my drawing? Why don't I work on this, the work of the women, and at the same time where they are spending their time in the public spaces. So how they are occupying these public spaces, Panni Khalko Kuramas, I wanted to work on. And I started taking the pictures of the Patiru or Falsaru around the city. And the women, of course, including the women. And that's when
That's your first
the first drawing
that you've picked.
One of the very first pen and ink work that I did was from nearby Pilachi, and the place is called Soko.
Soko.
Yes, Soko.
Can you describe the picture
as
well?
Yeah. So this falls from Soko. It's around the main road, but there's always people around there. There are always women sitting around there, just sitting, talking to each other. And in this drawing, I have tried to capture these few women sitting inside Falcha, talking to each other, and at the same time keeping their hands busy with making incense or like bhakti kartiko.
Always busy. Yeah.
Ani सँगै चाहिँ एउटा pillar पनि छ, and there's all wires and that pillar. Ani falsa नै हेर्ने हो भने चाहिँ falsa चाहिँ it's a bit old. अनि त्यसमा चाहिँ अलिकति worn out पनि भइसक्यो. So yeah, I think that's it.
Okay. Priyanka भन्दै थियो अघि that this was one of your most loved drawings that you've made. कस्तो फिडब्याकहरू अथवा रियाक्सन रेस्पोन्सेसहरू आएको थियो?
So feedbackहरू चाहिँ mostly आउँदाखेरि चाहिँ people usually talk about the details that I do with the pen and ink work because I work on these vertical lines throughout the pen and ink drawings. अनि so it's so people are fascinated that how I do that with just straight lines. So it's also called hatching monso, and it's very straight lines. So I have always been so fascinated with the straight lines. Maybe it came with because I used to play around in carpet factory a lot when I was growing up. Because my mom used to work. My mom used to weave in the carpet factory when I was like really small, and I grew up not working, but playing around that area, looking at these tall, straight, vertical lines throughout this area. At the same time, my grandmothers used to weave hagopatasi, so they used to work with these straight lines, lines, and more specifically straight lines. So maybe that's where it came from. So one of the feedback is always that, like, why do you do the straight lines? And Arku say the other one is the faces. Why do you draw the faces? And then I try to explain, like, this is why I don't do it. But this is the most loved one because, especially from the Patan area, they know this place and they know how busy this place always is.
Yeah, or how lively.
How lively. Yes.
Like Priyanka drawing the architecture is again black and white. People are color and color pops up.
Yeah.
Let's go to the next drawing. Oh, Mangahiti, Mangal Bazarko, Dhara.
Yeah, Mangahiti. Like, don't want burn ठाउँ I have so many memories in the city. Hitima, yeah, wow. Because they do. One of my aunt lives nearby, and we used to go. Every time we go to her place, we used to go to the city. अनि कहिलेकाहीँ चाहिँ पुरै सुक्खा हुने हैन अनि मनसुनमा चाहिँ एकदमै भर्ने. People used to swim there. I think अहिले पनि गर्छ क्यारी बट
चाहिँ गर्न
that used to
मिल्दैन
be
कि
like
अहिले probably त्यति धेरै पानी नहोला
so
but
much water पहिला
it's
चाहिँ
iconic.
yeah अनि iconic नै yes अनि I always love the architecture of the stone tap there so much details अनि so much rich in culture at the same time and I really wanted to do this when I started doing the pen and ink drawings okay these are so I started connecting in my head like oh I want to do this I want to do this and this is one of the drawing that I really wanted to do. And I remember at one time there was like a huge scarcity of water around the valley, you know. अनि त्यो टाइममा चाहिँ यति लाइन हुन्थ्यो कि
पानी
बर्ने अनि पानी चाहिँ यति आउँदैन थियो अनि there was always people waiting around to हुन्छ नि fill their buckets or fill their gagri or whatever. And this is one of the moments that I wanted to really capture with my pen and ink drawing.
So in the drawing there, the buckets are lines out.
Yeah, buckets are lines.
Plastic jars.
And there's a woman waiting in the line to fill her bucket or jar. And there are 2 stone taps from Mangohiti.
Mangohiti, like
yeah.
The Hiti or the like it's very iconic, especially Lalitpurma, the Hiti Pranali system. It's very intricate. Kotyo belama kasari and still like advanced engineering got it
exactly.
So also coexisting with water. I think that was
exactly. Malay so as an artist, I'm like really awestruck about how beautiful the architecture and even all the art elements that I can see around the city. Because पहिला चाहिँ अब यही छ मङ्गहिटी छ ओके मन्दिरहरू छ अनि then हिटी के अरे फल्साहरू छ that's we grew up like knowing that these things are there. तर कहिले पनि हुन्छ नि एकदम डिटेल्समा हेर्ने बानी भएन अनि so being an artist was like such a oh wow so there are so many things that I have missed so many things that's worth celebrating
the familiar became unfamiliar
yeah exactly yeah
देखिरहेको कुरा तर as an artist the approach गर्दाखेरि you saw something else
yeah
which is true it happens that's a beautiful thing that happens when it happens okay next drawing yeah maybe you can describe the drawing
so next drawing that I have here is Patan square code triptych so this is one of the pictures that my brother took like a while ago. Ani Patan square bhanne थियो Patanko मान्छेहरुलाई oh so this feels so हुन्छ नि आत्मीय भन्छ नि
it's like so a part of our identity.
Yeah, part of our identity. So being an artist, I just wanted to be like, okay, I have to do this. And then I started first with the आफै फोटोहरु खिच्न गए and then I just did not like the angle sometimes and sometimes के हुने and there was this one particular picture that my brother took at say panorama खिच्नु भएको थियो अनि I just wanted to draw that picture and I started doing that. This is also kind of one of the first drawing that I did on the series. अनि Patan square चाहिँ अघि भने चाहिँ हुन्छ नि एकदमै आत्मीय लाग्ने. This is where I grew up. This is where I hung out with my friends. This is where I went out on a stroll with my grandparents, and it's still so intact. 2015 earthquake, a lot of things happened, but it's still, it's still intact. Like it's rebuilding. A lot of things have been rebuilt already. अनि त्यो मलाई चाहिँ Patan square भन्ने बित्तिकै मान्छेहरुको चहल पहल चाहिँ एकदमै इन्ट्रेस्टिङ लाग्ने कि people from all over coming there, spending some time, just looking at this grand architecture and the details. अनि people passing through that way हुन्छ नि त्यो कुराहरु चाहिँ एकदम इन्ट्रेस्टिङ लाग्ने अनि आर्किटेक्चर त हेरिरहेको छु तर एट द सेम टाइम मान्छेहरूले कस्तो खालको लुगाहरू लगाइरहेको छ कि कलर्सहरू देखिरहेको छु मैले अनि कस्तो खालको जेस्चर्सहरू छ त्यो कुराहरू चाहिँ आई जस्ट वान्टेड टु क्याप्चर दोज इन माई ड्रइङ्स हियर There are scooters, there are people just rushing towards somewhere, there are people on the cycle, people just walking around or stopping to talk to each other. So, yeah, this was such a nice time for me to work on this.
Yeah,
drawing.
it's so beautiful. I mean, people are all in color. Again, architecture in black and white, and it
Yes.
feels. Oh wow! एक round Patan दरबार जानुभयो जस्तो छ. After we finished the recording. कस्तो त्यो the color मान्छेहरुको color is so beautiful. अनि मलाई कस्तो त्यो candy floss.
Oh, yeah.
Candy floss चाहिँ कस्तो colorful pink हुन्छ त, कस्तो light हुन्छ नि त. It feels like it'll fly away. And I think the people, मैले drawing हेर्दाखेरि चाहिँ it feels like the people are going to fly away. It's so the watercolor effects are really, really beautiful.
Initially, I did this drawing all black and white. At first
मान्छे
पनि black and white नै थियो. अनि because it was one of my first drawing in the series. अनि त्यो बेलामा चाहिँ म पेन एन्ड इङ्क मात्र गर्थेँ कि, लाइक वाटर कलर चाहिँ खासै गर्दिनँ थिएँ. अनि त्यो बेलामा I just did everything black and white. अनि त्यस्तै few years पछि चाहिँ, like 4-5 years पछि चाहिँ, when I started doing architectures and people in color, I wanted to redo this drawing again.
Oh, so did you add the people afterwards?
Yes. First मा चाहिँ, like I said, हुन्छ नि, this is one of the first drawing that I did on the series. अन्त गर्दाखेरि चाहिँ त्यो बेलामा चाहिँ I just wanted to do the pen and ink मात्रै, just black and white. अनि it was kind of like a practice पनि मेरो लागि, because त्योभन्दा अगाडि चाहिँ I was mostly exploring on the embroidery work. अनि embroidery workहरू गरिरहेको थिएँ. अनि ड्रइङ चाहिँ अलिकति ब्रेक पछि नै गरेको थिएँ. अनि okay, let me rework on my drawings-हरु भनेर चाहिँ, अनि I started doing these architectural pen and inks. अनि so Patan Square को यो ट्रिप्टिक पनि फर्स्टमा मान्छेहरू पनि सबै black and white मा नै गरेँ. अनि over the years, when I started exploring watercolor on my pen and ink drawings, I felt like, oh, यो Patan Square को काममा पनि मान्छेहरू चाहिँ कलरफुल भएको भए कति रमाइलो देखिन्थ्यो होला भन्ने चाहिँ. So I started thinking about that. अनि also so मान्छेहरूले पनि, अरू मान्छेहरूले पनि सोध्न थाल्यो यसमा पनि कलर छ कि छैन भनेर. And I was like, okay, I want to revisit that work again and rework again भनेर चाहिँ. I think यो फर्स्टमा गर्दाखेरि चाहिँ I think 2021 मा गरेको थिएँ, 2021 मा गरेको थिएँ, because COVID को टाइममा हो I started working on my pen and ink drawings again. अनि again पहिला चाहिँ अब कलेजमा आउँदा गर्थेँ हैन, कलेजमा आउँदा धेरै नै गरियो. अनि त्यसपछि मैले ब्रेक लिएर I was into embroidery more. अनि एम्ब्रोइडरी पछि अनि कोभिड को टाइममा चाहिँ when I was like home all the time, I started working on the pen and ink drawing again. अनि pen and ink drawing गर्दा गर्दै 2021 मा lot of series गरेँ pen and ink, just pen and ink. अनि त्यसपछि चाहिँ बिस्तारै gradually I started exploring on watercolors-हरु पनि. अनि त्यसपछि 2024 मा 2024 को end or 2025 को beginning मा I started this work यो Patan Square को ट्रिप्टिक मा कलर गर्ने चाहिँ अनि फेरि 2025 को beginning मा गरेँ होला.
So you redid the whole thing?
Yeah, I did. I redid the whole thing. Yes. अनि मान्छेलाई चाहिँ सबैलाई कलर गरेँ. अनि it was nice to see the changes चाहिँ त्यो दुईटा artwork मा चाहिँ कस्तो
black and white color मा.
Yeah.
How did it feel redoing it? It's the same picture, reference same भयो, ठाउँ पनि same भयो, तर फेरि त्यही वर्कहरु गर्दाखेरि चाहिँ how did you feel as an artist?
Okay. So as an artist चाहिँ म कहिले पनि रिगर्दिनँ युजली काम चाहिँ. So एउटा ओरिजिनल काम हुन्छ. अनि खासै के पनि हुन्छ भने कहिलेकाहीँ अब काम बिग्छ हैन, काम बिगिसकेपछि it's unfair for the original buyer to have me make another work and sell it to another person हैन. So त्यो चाहिँ अब आर्टिस्ट एथिक्स नै भनौँला एउटा चाहिँ. अनि यो काम गर्दाखेरि चाहिँ I did ask my original buyer that okay, I'm going to do this artwork अनि this is not going to be sold to anybody. This is going to be gifted to my brother. I know
the color one.
Yeah, the color one. अनि they were cool. They were cool about that. अनि अब मेरो personal experience को कुरा गर्दाखेरि चाहिँ I did rethink a lot about like गर्ने कि नगर्ने भनेर चाहिँ किनभने a lot of work एउटा चाहिँ अनि अर्को चाहिँ अलिकति unfair हुन्छ कि भनेर अलिकति unfair हुन्छ कि भनेर तर I decided to go with it. And I started drawing on it and I had my own struggles because usually चाहिँ अब मेरो architecture drawingहरूमा चाहिँ मान्छेहरू कम नै हुन्छ कि like just 3 to 4 to 5 people हुन्छ अनि पार्टनरमा कोहीको ट्रिप्टिकमा काम गर्दाखेरि चाहिँ there were a lot of people. You can see in this image that there are a lot of people and then it was a bit challenging मलाई तर त्यो गर्दै गर्दाखेरि चाहिँ it was like really nice feeling when I got to finish it all actually.
A lot of people भएर चाहिँ कसरी challenging भयो?
So watercolorमा चाहिँ अलिकति गाह्रो नै लाग्थ्यो मलाई पहिला पनि च्यालेन्जिङ नै लाग्थ्यो एज अ मिडियम चाहिँ अलिअलि गर्न चाहिँ मलाई रमाइलो लाग्छ वाटरकलर तर एकदमै स्किल वाइजको कुरा हो यसमा चाहिँ च्यालेन्जिङको कुरा गर्नु पर्दाखेरि चाहिँ so it took me a little bit of time to figure out like the colors in this drawing. I had a picture हैन तर यो कलरहरू चाहिँ अब एक्ज्याक्टली पिक्चरमा जस्तो चाहिँ छैन जुन चाहिँ फोटोमा जस्तो चाहिँ छैन तर या त स्ट्रगलको कुरा गर्दाखेरि चाहिँ त्यही हो मिडियममा चाहिँ अलिकति स्ट्रगल भएको हो.
Every medium comes with its own challenges. मैले पनि स्केचिङ सिकेको थिएँ अनि when I was doing it to hatching सिकाउँदाखेरि चाहिँ प्रियङ्काको ड्रइङमा ह्याचिङ छ भनेर भन्दै हुनुहुन्थ्यो कि मलाई.
ह्याचिङमा पनि there are like different types of hatching of course हैन क्रस ह्याचिङ this hatching भयो मलाई चाहिँ So पहिलादेखि चाहिँ क्रस ह्याचिङ गर्न अलिकति अनकम्फर्टेबल लाग्थ्यो कि
क्रस ह्याचिङ इज व्हेन यु डु ह्याचिङ एन्ड यसको माथिबाट
यसको माथि चाहिँ अर्को डिरेक्सनबाट गर्न चाहिँ मलाई अनकम्फर्टेबल लाग्थ्यो त्यो निट देख्दैन जस्तो फिल हुन्थ्यो कि मलाई अनि आई एम neat person.
Your drawings are very neat too.
Yeah, I like to do things neatly. अनि मेरो ड्रइङ्सहरूमा पनि एकदम I would feel like I need to do it very neatly, very के भन्छ properly जस्तो लाग्थ्यो कि पहिलादेखि नै not just recent year को कुरा पहिला कलेजमा आउँदाखेरि पनि I had to do it very neatly अनि ह्याचिङ गर्दाखेरि पनि I didn't want to do the cross hatching. I just wanted to do all the shades in hatching and that's like a very time consuming process because you have to redo the lines so many times to
shade.
Yeah.
The value
to bring the value, to bring that perspective and to bring some sort of form. So the process चाहिँ अलिकति लामो नै थियो because actually hatching गर्दाखेरि that's just one shade हैन तर त्यसको माथि second hatching गर्दाखेरि it's a bit darker than the first shade and then for the very dark shade you have to go like 8 times 9 times or however times that you want darker shade.
त्यो यता यो ड्राइङमा चाहिँ त्यहाँ डार्क ब्ल्याक पोर्सन्सहरू छ नि सो त्यो पनि लाइक मल्टिपल माथिबाट ह्याचिङ गरेको
lines because I just didn't want to do it with the brush or just like केयरमेट चाहिँ गर्न मन थिएन. I just wanted to do the lines and that was kind of very meditative for me because it's like a very time consuming. You keep doing on the same thing again and again and yeah it was very time consuming
calming
but at the same
as well.
Very calming. Take a lot of patience. Yeah.
It's very hard to draw straight lines, by the way. अब आर्टिस्टहरू त muscle memory होला but when we just start learning when I also I draw a little bit I haven't drawn in a long time. Oops. त्यो लाइनै स्ट्रेट हुँदैन कि हुन्छ नि just like बाङ्गुटिङ्गो हुन्छ. So yeah, it's a lot of work.
Yeah,
straight lines is hard earned in drawings.
But I do feel like it's all practice, Nike. I know, because म पहिला पढ्न अगाडि चाहिँ I used to feel like, oh, आर्टिस्टहरू भनेको त जन्मिँदै क्रिएटिभ हुन्छ होला जस्तो फिल हुन्थ्यो कि. Like that's what I felt. So or either जन्मदैदेखि नै क्रिएटिभ हुन्छ or फ्यामिलीमा कोही अलरेडी आर्टिस्ट भएपछि चाहिँ
influence.
like it's kind of a genetic हो कि जस्तो लाग्थ्यो कि. That's what I felt. So and then I did arts अनि मैले आर्ट गर्न अगाडि चाहिँ त्यस्तो खासै चाहिँ गर्दिनँ थिएँ होइन, लाइक फ्यु ड्रइङ्स हियर एन्ड देयर. तर त्यो आर्ट्स नैतिर जाने खालको ड्रइङ पनि थिएन. बट देन आई जोइन आर्ट्स ब्याचलर्समा अनि त्यसपछि आई सडनली ह्याड दिस हुन्छ नि के भन्छ, आई डोन्ट नो द स्पेसिफिक वर्ड.
Intuition, feeling.
I had a feeling. I certainly had a feeling that this is not about having this creativity since the day you were born or something. It's something you do. It's any time later. It takes time, and it's you. It's not anything else. It's you.
Yeah. It's discipline and practice.
Yeah, discipline and practice.
Yeah, since you started like your
how I joined.
So I was just curious. कहाँबाट सुरु भयो अनि especially like पहिला चाहिँ you were not into arts. अलिअलि मात्र drawing गर्थ्यो, but now you are a full-fledged artist, and your exhibitions have gone around outside Nepal. So yeah, how was that?
मैले ब्याचलर्स पढ्न अगाडि चाहिँ आई वाज डुइङ सिए, चार्टर्ड अकाउन्टेन्सी. आई डिड फर लाइक 2 years. अनि तर चार्टर्ड अकाउन्टेन्सी पढिराख्दाखेरि चाहिँ आई वाज भेरी फ्रस्ट्रेटेड. लाइक आई वाज यङ एन्ड भेरी फ्रस्ट्रेटेड. कति पढ्नु पर्थ्यो, के गर्नु पर्थ्यो. लाइक इट वाज kind of very difficult time for me.
Not your thing.
Yeah, exhausting time for me. And त्यसपछि त्यो बेलामा चाहिँ I started doodling a bit. यताउति doodlesहरू गर्थेँ. I needed a break, I think, त्यो बेलामा. This break from the studies and everything, because I used to study all the time. I didn't have time for anything else. So I just wanted to have this time to do something that was kind of like meditative for me in a way. I started doodling and त्यसपछि यसो सोचेँ. I just felt like I don't want to do CA anymore. I just felt like I don't want to. I just want to stop studying so much. And I had a talk with my parents. They were super cool, super supportive, both of them. And I was like, okay, I will just drop it off. Drop out from CA अनि अब के गर्ने त भयो. अनि तर म पहिला स्कुलमा हुँदाखेरि पनि त्यस्तो ड्रइङ गर्ने मान्छे चाहिँ होइन. आई वाज मोर अफ अ बुक पर्सन. आई युज्ड टु रिड अ लट. अनि ड्रइङ चाहिँ कहिले काहीँ गर्थेँ होइन, सानोतिनो ड्रइङ्सहरू गर्थेँ. अनि सी छोडिसकेपछि चाहिँ आई वाज अन अ ब्रेक, लाइक 6 months को ब्रेकमा चाहिँ I just thought of अब के गर्ने त, because everybody is doing something, I had to do something. त्यो पनि फिल भयो. अनि I went for like 1 महिना चाहिँ म आर्ट क्लास गएँ कि, just to learn the basic drawings-हरू सिक्न भनेर, टु टाइम पास भनेर नै गएँ. टाइम पासको लागि नै गएँ म. अनि गएँ अनि आई जस्ट लर्न बेसिक ड्रइङ्सहरू हुन्छ, स्टिल लाइफ ड्रइङहरू अलिअलि गरेँ. अनि आई थिङ्क 1-2 classes अफ वाटर कलरको बेसिक कलर मिक्सिङ. एट द्याट पोइन्टसम्म पनि मलाई 2टा कलर मिक्स गऱ्यो भने अर्को कलर बन्छ भनेर थाहा थिएन. Because I never explored that in the school. I never explored that in anywhere else. And then I was quite fascinated with like हुन्छ नि आर्ट्स पनि पढ्न मिल्दो रहेछ भनेर चाहिँ त्यहाँ थाहा भयो मलाई.
पहिला थाहा पनि
थिएन. ब्याचलर्स कोर्स नै हुन्छ भनेर पनि थाहा थिएन कि. अनि आई आस्क्ड माई आर्ट टिचर लाइक कोर्स हुँदो रहेछ, उहाँले पनि ब्याचलर्स नै गर्नु भएको रहेछ आर्ट्समा. अनि कहाँ हुन्छ के हुन्छ भनेर आई स्टार्टेड लुकिङ अराउन्ड के हुँदो रहेछ भनेर. अनि आई फाउन्ड आउट द्याट देयर इज ललितकला क्याम्पस, देयर इज काठमाडौँ युनिभर्सिटी स्कुल अफ आर्ट्स एन्ड डिजाइन, अनि देयर इज अनदर सृजना स्कुल अफ आर्ट्स. सो अनि उहाँ चाहिँ केयुमै पढ्नु भएको रहेछ. अनि आई वाज लाइक ओके आई क्यान ट्राई दिस भयो. अनि कलेज चाहिँ Atiwanma सर्दैछ भन्ने कुरा थाहा हुँदाखेरि I was like, oh, it's nearby my place. And then that's how it actually started. I just went with it. I was like, okay, I will do this. It was not any pre-planned or keep anything. I just went through it. And first year, it was difficult for me because it was everything was so new to me, and that also was quite helpful for me in a way because it gave me a space to learn and grow. Because I went with nothing and I got so many things from there. So yeah.
Started with a doodle.
Yeah, started with a doodle.
The power of doodling.
Yes, the power of doodling.
You never know where it'll take you.
Start with your doodle any day. You might be an artist someday.
Yeah, and you might make great pieces of work just like Priyanka.
Yeah.
Shall we go for rapid fire, Priyanka?
Yes.
It's been a wonderful conversation. And a quick mention, a quick shout out to our snack partner, Alfa Newari Kitchen. We'll be having snacks afterwards. Ready for rapid fire?
Yeah, I guess.
Favorite time of the day to draw?
Early in the morning. Around 5, 6 a.m.
Oh, sunrise.
Yeah.
Do you snack while drawing?
I don't.
Has to be neat. Yes. Priyanka is very, very neat about her drawing.
Also, snacking is kind of distracting when you work.
Okay. Interesting. Do you listen to music while drawing?
Yeah, I do. I do sometimes.
Sometimes, but not too fond of it.
Yeah, not too fond of it. I sometimes just a background music, something.
Do you feel artist block sometimes?
All the time, actually.
Oh, all the time?
Yes.
What do you do to resolve it?
Yeah, I just doodle.
Okay, doodle. Yeah.
Whenever I have an artist block, I just bring my journal in front of me and then just doodle. That helps sometimes.
What do you like to doodle? Favorite doodle object?
So I like doodling objects, like whatever that I have in front of me. Like let's say I'm sitting here and I see like some plants, then I draw that.
Okay.
Or a cup, I draw that. A chair, I draw that. So mostly objects.
Objects in front. Yeah. Okay, yes. That's interesting. If you could meet an artist, a visual artist, living or dead, who would they be? Or maybe invite them for like lunch.
This is a difficult question. I would love to have lunch with Shakya.
Okay.
She's also an international artist. She works with threads. She works with her memories, dreams, nightmares, and a lot of threads and tactile. I would love to have lunch with her and talk about her works.
What would you order for lunch?
For lunch, I would order some pasta.
Okay, pasta. Pasta never disappoints.
Yeah.
Do you have a favorite place to draw?
I like drawing in my own studio, but if I have to talk about the outdoor space, I sometimes go to Patan Square and draw.
Yes, Patan. We need to go to Patan now. Last question. What is your art motto in life?
My art motto, be consistent.
Yeah, because you were consistent and that's how you became an artist.
Yeah. Because once you are done with your studies, it's sort of like it's so easy to just disappear, especially in the creative field. Like you have to be constantly making something. That's just how it works right now, right? Like you have to do something, even though you don't post about it or anything. You just have to consistently do something so that you won't lose whatever that you are doing.
Wow.
So
yes.
Be consistent.
It's all about discipline. I need to write something. I haven't written. Oh no. Thank you so much, Priyanka.
Yeah, thank you, Alfa, for having me here. This has been like a really good conversation.